What's good? I'm Fitz, and this is the weekly Smackdown review. Yeah, let's get into it. So, Sami Zayn comes out, gets a hero's welcome because he's in Montreal. Um, does a little weird half French, half English promo. Trick Williams interrupts. As he's coming into the ring, funnily enough, I know nothing of French. I took 3 years of French mandatory in high school, know nothing but the one insult that Trick Williams gave to the audience. So he said, "Femme de bouche." Now that translates to "shut your mouth." Now, obviously, that just says what kind of student I was in high school. I clearly wasn't the nicest child. But yeah, like I say, 3 years of French. I only learnt Femme de bouche. Felt like it was for this moment, so I loved that. Um, and then basically, Trick, when he gets in the ring, tells Sammy that he's not on his level. Sammy agrees, says that Trick isn't on Sammy's level, so a little flip round reverse type thing there. Um, then Priest interrupts the both of them, says that he thinks Trick Williams is scared because he'll run his mouth to everybody else but him. Trick says, "Oh, well, watch this." Hits Sammy with the microphone like that was proving something, and then give a big telegraph like he was about to swing at Priest. Priest takes the advantage. He gets Trick in the corner. Sammy pulls Priest off and starts laying into Trick. Priest pulls Sammy off, and then it's a little argument. Trick runs, hits Priest, knocks him into Sammy, and takes the moment while they're down to just get out of the ring and kind of be the winner at the moment, you know what I mean? So then we get to backstage, and Randy Orton's been watching that at the weird, awkward side angle, like nobody watches TV. Um, he gets asked, like, basically, what do you think about all this? Are you choosing to just stand back, whatever? Basically, Randy Orton plans on winning the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contendership, going to the Royal Rumble and winning the title, and he's really set on getting that next title reign. Then we get an earlier today moment with Carmelo offering Dragunov a US title match. Dragunov basically accepts it. Um, Miz then pops up saying that he hates all this, like, yeah, see you out there, let's have a good match type business. He wants people to hate each other, and Carmelo turns around like, what, like I hate you? Then we get the match straight out. Carmelo and Dragunov. It's a pretty good match, and it's going like fairly long for a Raw match or a SmackDown match. To be fair, like either one, like you wouldn't expect to see a match of this length. To be fair, not unless it was advertised like this is gonna be like the other week on SmackDown when we had the 3 stages of Hell match, or when we had the Punk Finn Balor on Raw main event, you know what I mean? But you expect that of that, but I did not expect this match to go on so long. Um, the crowd seemed pretty dead. There was a few smatterings of bits and pieces here and there, but it did seem really, really dead. And for a SmackDown, like first match, you do expect a bit more energy from the crowd, cause especially after that first segment, you would have thought they're ready to go. But yeah, then basically looks like Dragonov's got the advantage. He goes to the top rope. Miz comes from out of nowhere, pushes him off the top rope. Carmelo wins with the first 48, but he's not aware that Miz has like interfered until the replay shows on the Titantron. Obviously, Carmelo's now mad. Miz is just stood there gloating, kind of thing. Then we get a backstage. Oh no, we get a promo package. Sorry. The little Fatu Cody catch up, like letting us know how that's all gone down. Then we get a Cody sit down interview with Michael Cole. Cody basically wants to just gloss straight over things, talking about he wants to win the Rumble for the third time, and then he gets interrupted with a Fatu question. Um, as he's kind of beating around the bush with it, Fatu then interrupts. It becomes a sit down interview, Fatu and Cody face to face. Now Fatu's basically saying that he never wanted Cody, he wanted True. it was never meant to be anything until Cody started talking about Fatu and said basically you started running your mouth and that's what made this happen. Cody then counters that with basically saying that it wasn't anything Cody did, it was the fact that Fatu's not thinking, it was just him acting, and says basically that him not thinking and just acting led to Fatu going to prison when he was younger. Um, that doesn't really seem to get a reaction from Fatu. The bigger reaction comes when Cody says that it should have been for a title match when them two face off, and points out that Fatu's never had a title match. Fatu then starts to really like react a bit more and heat up. But yeah, it seems like they're really trying to make this feud seem like a bigger feud than it is, considering it's a few weeks old. But like I say, not a bad segment. It has raised a little bit more interest for me, but not much more. Um, then Chelsea Green's backstage. She sees Jordan Grace. She offers Jordan Grace a job as a Slajan of Secret Service, which like I'm getting so tired of hearing these cheap puns. Hopefully the gimmick will end soon and she'll move on to something else. Cause this is it's really starting to grate on me now. Um, and basically, the only thing that convinces Jordan Grace to come out to the ring with Chelsea and be part of this, whatever, is the fact that Chelsea's about to face Jade Cargill. So then we get Chelsea and Jade. Jade's a little distracted with Jordan out at ringside, but Jade pretty like simple win. It's like Chelsea Green now suddenly she's here for the like squash match type things. Like he's not quite a squash, but pretty much. You know what I mean? So yeah, I wasn't too fond of the actual match, but then Jordan Grace challenges Jade for a match straight after, saying that Jade's now warmed up. Jade just leaves and she's like, "Who are you?" basically. So then we get Flair and Bliss backstage talking about let's basically put Rumble to next week and we'll be a team for tonight. Charlotte's clearly gassed that she won Royal Rumble last year, and she clearly you know where her mind's like leaning towards. Then we get a quick MFT backstage promo with the lantern. Really nothing. It does feel like the Wyatt Six have kind of just been told like you're gonna do the rambling promos, and now whoever's feuding with them starting to do the same thing. Like it's all over a lantern as well. It is kind of like well, yeah. But we're getting a tag team title match anyway. So we've got Loomis and Gacy from the Wyatt Six, and we've got Tamatonga and Solo Sikoa from MFT. Um, Solo hits Loomis with the lantern when the ref's not paying attention. Tamatonga hits the cutthroat. There's a lot of outside action going on. Like factions are just all over the place. You can see this is definitely leading to something like a big blow off, like multi-man match type thing. But yeah, Tamatonga gets the pins Dexter Loomis, new tag team title champions. The match wasn't too special for me. There was a moment where there was a lot going on outside the ring, and the two inside the ring just had to play dead for like 3 minutes off nothing, and it yeah, for me it weren't great. It's just basically pushing the rivalry a little bit further and trying to extend it. I think. Then we get all this backstage. Truth pulls up and he's basically saying he wants to put his balls on the table for the Royal Rumble match, and then AJ pulls up and is like, "Oh, sorry for interrupting." Oh, this is like, "Nope, perfect timing. Truth, I'll talk to you later." And Truth, pretty funny line with, I'm gonna sleep well tonight, knowing that my balls are in safe hands." Obviously, our Truth there's so much more to him that he could be, but he's a comedy character here in it. So, yeah, it 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 made me like it made the teenage me chuckle in it. So, but Then basically AJ enters, he's asking why Aldis wanted him here tonight. And Aldis is asking like, why are you putting your career on the line against Gunther? What's the point? AJ kind of explains his reasoning, but he's like, that can't be why you want me here. And he's like, well, no. And points to the side off cam. Now we get a shot. Shinsuke Nakamura. He's basically asking, uh, like, why would you do it? I hope you're ready, and to prove that you're still phenomenal, I want a match at Saturday Night Main Event. So for me, I have predicted, like I said it like on a wrestling stream with my boy Gab Goes In. Make sure you go and check his channel and follow. But yeah, like I did say a couple of weeks ago before the John Cena match, when it was just announced, John Cena and Gunther, that I think Gunther's gonna do this whole legend killer type thing, end a few people, put them like, because if you look at the roster, there is a fair few people that are going to be coming to the end of their career now, and AJ obviously publicly said that he wanted to retire soon. So I predicted AJ would actually be part of it. And after that, we had a little conversation about who else could be, and I was like, well, you could bring back people for a one-off match, like did it with Goldberg, or you could end a few people like R-Truth, or potentially build towards a Randy Orton's retirement. You know what I mean? Because that can't be too far off. Because him and Cena came in the same time. And to be fair, I think Orton's had a few more injuries than Cena, so it would make sense. Even though Orton is still a fantastic wrestler and still performs at a high level, you would think he's probably made enough money where he is contemplating it, at least, especially when his peers are all retiring around him. So yeah, with the Shinsuke match coming at Saturday night's main event, now I'm actually leaning towards, well, he's definitely going to retire AJ, but I do think maybe AJ wins at Rumble from maybe a Shinsuke interference or something, like something saves him, whatever. And because it weren't quite 100% win, he wants to do it again. But I think Gunther then goes on, does double duty, wins the Rumble, and it's going to be a career versus Mania main event match at Elimination Chamber for them two. Obviously we'll have to wait and see, but I am really now leaning towards that with Shinsuke's little moment backstage here. So yeah, interesting to see what happens there. Then we get Fraser and Axiom versus Gargano. Like nothing match really. Axiom sneaks up behind Candice LeRae, puts the mask on backwards over her, so she's now blind. Gargano leans out of the ropes to try and help her take it off. She clocks Gargano. Fraser gets the roll up, and right at the end, when it looks like Axiom's got the mask back, Candice LeRae robs it, runs through the crowd. She's gone. They've lost the mask again. Then we get Lash and Nia backstage, basically saying that they're coming to be the number one contenders for the tag team match at the. Then they're gonna work together at the Rumble, and one of them's definitely gonna win. So we'll see what happens there. Drew's in ring. There's a little heel bit about the sports in that in Montreal. Obviously, it flies over my head as a Brit, but then he addresses Fatu, says that he never actually kicked Fatu's teeth out. Cody saying that he's still going to the back of the list, and the basically all four contenders for the four-way match. Then we get Kit Wilson backstage with Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona challenges Wilson. It's really pointless, so we'll move straight on. Then we get Bliss, Flair versus Nia and Lash versus Julia and Kiana in the triple threat for the number one contender. Side note, Flair looks really old. Like in ring, she looks either really rusty or old. But yeah, then we get the finish. Lash extension on Bliss. Flair then spears Lash. Kiana ends up pinning Bliss. Takes advantage of all the chaos basically. So Julia and Kiana are now the number one contenders. Then we get Sammy telling Priest backstage that he's going to be watching the match up close tonight. Priest says to stay out of it. Sammy asks, "Oh, what?" So it's pretty tense, and then basically Priest says, "Yo, you'll find out." Um, Sammy says he's got something else to deal with. Walks off. On off cam now we see Drew. He slaps Drew. Drew goes down. He walks off again. Uh, Sammy's really feeling like the man in Montreal, innit? Then we get Cody. He sees AJ backstage. He says that he understands why AJ is doing what he's doing with Gunther. Just wishes him good luck. And as Cody walks to his bus, Drew's pictures on the Cody bus window saying the real American dream. So yeah, I don't know why they're continuing this Cody Drew thing. If Cody's not got a rematch clause, it just seems really pointless. But yeah, then we get into the main event. So Priest makes his entrance. We get another Obafemi hype package just before the main event. Just let him debut in it. It just doesn't make sense at this point. But then we get Trick's entrance. Match is pretty decent. Sammy comes down to ringside, obviously, to watch. The match gets outside. Priest gets thrown into the table. Trick's about to throw Priest into the ring, but decides to throw him into Sammy instead. Then throws Priest into the ring. Trick follows into the ring, and then Sammy attacks Trick. That causes the DQ. Then Priest pulls Sammy off Trick, asking him like basically what's going on. I told you not to interfere. Sammy attacks Priest. Priest hits Sammy with a super kick. Then Trick hits the trick shot on Priest. Trick standing tall. Randy Orton comes in behind him, hits him with the RKO. Orton standing tall comes down from the corner posing. Sammy stood in the middle of the ring, goes over, talks to Sammy a sec, turns around, hits him with the RKO, and that one more pose, and that's the end. Overall, the show did feel like pretty much like a hype show for the Saturday night main event, but the addition of Shinsuke and AJ on the card really has interested me. Hopefully can deliver something like the Wrestle Kingdom match that they had years ago, because I feel the AJ Shinsuke feud that we actually got in WWE was such a letdown. Obviously, it was all that nutshot stuff, and hopefully they just give him 20 to 30 minutes in ring, and yeah. But let's just wait and see. If anyhow Shinsuke gets disqualified with a nutshot, I'm turning off the show. I'm not even finishing the show. But we'll have to wait and see, innit? But yeah, like, we'll catch you on the next one.